In this video, we're going to take a look at order of operations. So let's take a look first here at making a cake or making cupcakes. We have to do things in a certain order, otherwise it just won't turn out well. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to preheat our oven. And then we need to grease our pan to get it ready for when our mixture is ready to go. Next thing we have to do is start putting our mixture together. So we'll start here with putting the sugar and the butter and the eggs all together, and then we'll combine our flour and baking powder. And once we have all of that done, we're going to put it into our pan, and then we will bake it. Now, again, if we didn't follow these steps, our cupcakes or our cake isn't going to turn out like we want it to. So taking a look at math here, math operations, we start with addition, combining things together. Then we have subtraction, where we're taking things apart. We have multiplication, where we're making groups or combining groups. And again, as we start looking into our algebraic thinking a little bit, we're going to have to change our multiplication sign. So we may use a dot. So for example, we may have 3, and then we'll use a dot, and then say 4. So that means 3 multiplied by 4. Or we might not use a sign at all, because an X and a multiplication sign look very similar. So if I'm using variables, so like 3n, I'm not going to use a multiplication sign at all. So here is 3 times n. So whatever n happens to be, we're multiplying it by 3. Or I may do that same thing, but in parentheses. So there's no sign there, so that would mean 3 multiplied by whatever is inside the parentheses. And then we have division, which we're kind of separating those groups up a little bit. And we could also write division as a fraction, so 6 divided by 5. Now, using those operations, we have to do them in a specific order. So order of operations provides a rule for simplifying expressions so that all of our answers are the same. So depending on who does the problem, everybody's going to come up with the same answer. So when we look at our rules here, the first thing we're going to do is look at our parentheses or our grouping symbols. And in this problem, we have a set of parentheses, and inside that set of parentheses, we have 4 minus 1. So the only thing I'm doing right now is what's in those parentheses. So 4 minus 1 is 3. So the only thing that I change is I put from 4 minus 1, I change it to a 3 in my expression. That is it. I do not touch anything else. Then I look at my exponents. Well, I have a 3 squared. 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is 9. So again, that is the only thing right now that I am changing in my expression. Notice that everything else is staying exactly the same. Now I have multiplication or division. Again, multiplication or division are kind of on the same level. We do whichever one comes first, going from left to right in our expression. So in this case, as we go from left to right, I see that I have 5 multiplied by 3. Well, 5 multiplied by 3 is 15. I also see that I have 9 divided by 3, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. So again, the only things that I'm changing in this expression are my multiplication or my division at this point. Everything else is staying just as it was previously. And then I look at my addition or subtraction. And again, I do whatever comes first, going left to right. In this case, I have 25 minus 15 is first. So that means I'm going to subtract first. 25 minus 15 is 10. Now I can do my addition. 10 plus 3 is 13. So my beginning expression simplified down following the rules of the order of operations would equal 13. So let's take a look at some problems and work through these. Now, as we go through, it is very important that you go step by step and show all of your steps as you're working. So if you happen to make an error, you can just go back and find that step and fix it from there instead of having to start all over. So when I look here, I don't have any parentheses. I don't have any exponents, but I do have multiplication. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start here with 9 times 9 because I'm going left to right. So 9 multiplied by 9 is 81. And then multiplied by 5 minus 3 plus 11. Now the second thing I'm going to look at is, again, I still have multiplication. 81 multiplied by 5. So when I take 81 multiplied by 5, that gives me 405. Everything else still stays the same, so minus 3 plus 11. Now I'm done with my multiplication and division. And so now I need to look at addition and subtraction. And again, I go left to right, whichever one comes first. Well, the first thing that shows up here is 405 minus 3, which gives me 402 plus 11. And so then I need to come back here and finish it out. So 402 plus 11 would give me 413. So 9 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 5 minus 3 plus 11, simplified down using order of operations, would give me 413. Now, if I look at this problem and I look first for my parentheses, there are no parentheses. Then I look for exponents, there are no exponents. So the next thing I look at is multiplication or division. Well, I have both multiplication and division, but I need to go from left to right. So the first thing I see is division. So I'm going to take 42 divided by 7, which gives me 6. And so I'm going to write that. And then multiplied by 3 plus 9 multiplied by 2 minus 4. So again, the only thing I changed was 42 divided by 7. The second part I'm going to look at here is my multiplication. Well, here's multiplication. 6 multiplied by 3 is 18. So then plus 9 multiplied by 2 minus 4. Well, do I have any more multiplication or division in there? I do. And that's right here at 9 multiplied by 2. So now leave my 18 plus 9 multiplied by 2 is 18. And then subtract 4. Now looking at this, I'm done with my multiplication and division. So now I look at addition and subtraction. And again, I go from left to right. So the first thing I have is addition. So I have 18 plus 18, which gives me 36. And then subtract 4 stays the same as it is. And then the last thing I have is 36 minus 4, which is 32. So 42 divided by 7 multiplied by 3 plus 9 multiplied by 2 minus 4 is simplified down to 32. Now, let's take a look at this problem. So the first thing is, do I have any parentheses? No parentheses. Do I have exponents? Yes, I do have exponents, which are right here. So first, I take 9 times 9, which is 81. Everything else stays the same. So 4 plus 81 divided by 3 multiplied by 2, subtract 2. Then I look, do I have any more exponents? Nope, I do not. So now I move on to multiplication and division. Again, moving left to right. So first thing I see is division, and that is 81 divided by 3. So when I take 81 divided by 3, I get 27. That's the only thing that changes in my expression right now. So I have 4 plus 27 multiplied by 2 minus 2. Oh, I look again. I still have multiplication. So now I'm going to take care of that. So 27 multiplied by 2 is 54. Again, that's the only thing that changes in my expression right now. So 4 plus 54 minus 2. Looking at my expression, I do not have any more multiplication or division. So now I'm going to look at addition and subtraction. So the first thing I have is addition, going left to right. So 4 plus 54 is 58, and then subtract 2. And then to finish it up, 58 minus 2 is 56. So 4 plus 9 squared divided by 3 multiplied by 2 subtract 2 simplified down is 56. Take a look at this problem here. Now, okay, here we go. Starting now. Let's take a look at this expression. I have 8 divided by 6 multiplied by parentheses 4 minus 3 parentheses plus 6. So the first thing I'm looking for in my my expression is parentheses. I do have those. So here is 4 minus 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. So this is the only thing that I'm going to change. So I leave 18 divided by 6 multiplied by 1 plus 6. I look here, no more parentheses. I do not have any exponents, which comes next. So now I'm looking at division and multiplication. First thing going left to right is division. So I'm going to take and go 18 divided by 6, which is 3, and everything else stays the same. I still have more multiplication, which is 3 times 1, and so we'll take care of that. 3 multiplied by 1 is 3 plus 6. That takes care of all my multiplication and division. So now I'm going to look at addition and subtraction. Well, I only have addition left. So 3 plus 6 is 9. So 18 divided by 6 multiplied by parentheses 4 minus 3 parentheses plus 6 gives me 9. Let's take a look at this expression. 12 multiplied by parentheses 3 plus 3 parentheses squared divided by 2 minus 10. All right, so the first thing I need to look at is my parentheses. I do have those, which is right here. 3 plus 3 is 6. Now, it says parentheses and then it has a square outside. That means whatever's inside the parentheses is squared. So this means 6 is squared. And then everything else stays the same. 12 multiplied by 6 squared divided by 2 minus 10. So now I look at my expression again. No more parentheses. So now I'm going to look for exponents. Well, I do have one exponent, which is right here. So 6 squared is 36. So again, everything else stays the same. So 12 multiplied by 36 divided by 2 minus 10. No more exponents. So now I need to move on to multiplication and division. And again, I look from left to right. And the first thing I have is multiplication. And so when we do that, that would be 12 multiplied by 36, which is 432. Everything else stays the same. I'm still looking for multiplication and division. Well, I have 432 divided by 2. And that would give me 216 minus 10. And then to finish up, I would just take 216 minus 10, and that gives me 206. So 12 multiplied by parentheses 3 plus 3 parentheses squared divided by 2 minus 10 simplified down is 206.